Hi everyone, so today I thought I'd show you the Tropic Perfect Brow Collection, and it comes in this really pretty little box, so I thought I'd do a bit of an unboxing video for you and show you a tutorial of how to use what's inside the kit and give you my first impressions, because I genuinely haven't used this yet, as you'll see when I open it up. First thing you notice is this gorgeous box. Look how it, just see if I can show you, look how it catches the light. It looks really pretty, and when you open the front, inside we have a little card and it says, "Hello gorgeous, are you ready for brow perfection?" Yeah, I am, because I haven't done mine today, ready for this video. So because of my colouring, I've gone for taupe, and inside the packaging we can see we've got the gorgeous little palette here with the colours in, some stencils, and I really like this brush. So I'm just going to take some of these out and let you have a look at all different parts. Okay, so first I've got the Brow Define, and you've got this really pretty little box, and inside the case we have our taupe brow powder, and then a nice sort of, oh yeah, it's a creamy highlighter. As you can see, I haven't used these yet, so I thought it'd give you a really good idea. And actually on the back, in case you lose your instructions, there are some more instructions on how to use it. Then we have our brow stencils. I've also deliberately not done my eyebrows. They're due to be tinted and shaped, and I decided not to do them because I wanted to show you, or have a look really, how much of a difference it can make using these. Now the problem I've always found with brow stencils for me in the past is that they don't actually ever go in line with the shape of my eyebrow. So if I was to use them, I'd apply it to my eyebrow and end up with a line up here or something like that, and I'd look like a complete and utter muppet. But looking at these are quite nice. So we've got a sleek brows. Don't know if you can really see that. There you go. An elegant brows. This is more me. Natural brows. And that one's quite nice too. It's modern brows. And finally we have our brush. And this looks like a really good brush actually. And that is super sharp chisel. So now you know what's inside the pack. I'm going to give you a quick demo, and what I'll do, I think I'll do this eyebrow naturally as I would do normally, this one with a stencil just for you to see the difference. So I'm going to clip my hair back and then we will get straight into it. And I've opted for the natural brow. I think that's closest probably to my natural shape. The only thing I've got extra here, other than the brush, the palette and the stencil, is I always have these in stock, which are disposable mascara wands. They're great for separating your eyelashes, brushing your brows, and I'll put a link in my blog and in my video down below where you can find these. So I'm just going to read the instructions out to you and then I'm going to follow them. So number 1, it says, hold your chosen brow stencil shape over your brow using your index finger and middle finger in a V shape. This allows you to peek through and see the results. Use the thick end of your dual end eyebrow brush to apply your brow filler powder. For best results, start from the end of your brow and sweep your brush backwards and forwards. Use the angled end of your brush to define the tips of your brows and brush the hair into position. Flip the stencil and repeat steps 1 and 2 on your other brow. Finally, apply the highlighting cream just under the arch of your brow, that's here, to give the illusion of an instant eye lift. Your pinky finger is the best tool for this job. So that seems relatively simple. I'm going to give it a go. Okay, so I'm ready to apply the stencil. Now the hairs are brushed into place. Let's have a look. That's a pretty good match. So I'm just moving that into place to make sure that I've covered all the hair area. And actually that's an excellent match for my brow. Apply the brush into the powder and let's give it a go. And it says start at the end of your brow and work backwards and forwards with the brush to fill in. Now obviously this has taken me a bit of time to get used to, but I guess once you've had a go of this a few times, it's probably going to be really easy. I have done this very roughly and very quickly. Where I have any smaller areas where hairs are missing, I'm just filling in with the powder on the chisel end of the brush. Let's have a look. Actually, that's quite impressive. I'd probably go a little more gentle with the brush and maybe take off a little bit just to avoid the scouse brows angle. So as you can see, that's my brow without and that's my brow with. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the other brow now. If you don't like using stencils, or if you want to learn how to do your brows without stencils so you can do them on the run, just remember when you get your brush, just flick your fingers through it if you can, because it will have a little bit of sort of starch or stiffener to hold it in place. I'm going to actually use the funky mirror that comes with it, and I start from the outside edge here. If you want to know how to measure your brows, the correct way is that if you apply a brush from the side of your nose, through the corner of your eye, and up. That's where your brow should start, as you can see mine does. And then from the side of your nose to the outside corner of your eye, and that's where your eyebrow should finish, as you can see mine does. Now, apparently the ideal position for the arch of your brow, now it's going to be very hard for me to do this looking in the mirror, when you're looking forward, the outside of the coloured part, the iris of your eye, if you were to go up with a brush, which I'm presuming mine is about there, that's where your arch should be, so mine is roughly about there. Then with the palette I'm starting from the outside corner, following the line of my brow. This is actually a really perfect colour for redheads. This is the one that they recommend if you do have red hair like me, or red toned hair, is the taupe, and it's a really good match. Now on this eyebrow I do have some gaps underneath here where my hairs have sort of never grown back from when I was a bit overzealous when I was a teenager and wanted that completely thin look with the brow. So I'm just going to add a bit of extra powder there to fill it in and brush up through the hairs to soften it a little bit. And also to give that very modern shape, or I say modern, but it's really a bit of a Hollywood 50s starlet. I also have a bit of a gap in this corner right here. So I'm going to add a little powder to pretend that I still have some hairs there and take that down into a nice point. And then you can brush through afterwards. Or actually you could use a fluffy brush at the end. I'll make sure mine's clean after stenciling the other brow. Because you really don't want to plaster on the powder. This has got a fantastic coverage, this one. So it's a bit of a less is more really to get a nice coverage. In actual fact, I'm looking here and I think my stencil brow is slightly better. I might be a stencil convert. Okay, so I finished applying the powder to my other eyebrow and now we're ready for our highlighter. Could use the brush for this, but I'm going to keep the brush clean. I'm just going to use a clean finger and just apply it underneath the brow. Now this has actually got a really lovely creamy texture. It reminds me sort of when you get those nice lip colours, and actually that goes very well with my makeup, that it's not pulling my makeup off when I do it, and it does have a nice little highlight. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. So that's my unboxing and first go of the Tropic Perfect Brow Collection. With regards to the powder, it is my first chance of using it. As you can see, everything's been opened brand new, and I think that's always a really good trial for a product, is to see what it's like the first time you use it. And this was super easy. I am in love with this brush as well. And actually I'm really impressed with the stencil, so you can make your own mind up here, because this is the brow that was stenciled, and it's got a slightly softer arch than my other brow, and this is the way that I normally do my own brows. And I tend to elongate them out a bit and put a slightly higher arch. So if I just look down, you might be able to see here. First impressions, I'm really impressed with this. Is it something I would buy again? Yes, I would actually. It's very difficult as a redhead to get a good powder that is a good colour, and I think, don't know about your opinions on camera here, that is a really good match. If I was to take down my hair, now my hair is coloured at the moment, I sort of enhance my natural colour. But I think that's actually a really good match for my natural hair colour. I'd probably soften, you can see that it's a little bit heavier on my stencil brow, but that is my first go with it. So I'd say when you're applying it, go a little gentler with it. I've gone a little bit full on and like spray painting a car, and there's no need for that. It's a really good pigmented powder. It's so fine that it's almost like the mineral powders that you can get. It's also, I would honestly say now, the best colour I've come across for my colouring. Now they do these in a whole range of colours, and it does say on their website, depending on what your skin tone and your hair colour is, which colour palette is best for you, and the taupe was best for me. This is actually the best colour that I have ever come across for my brows. I would actually put this above my HD Brows palette that I had, which was Foxy, because I just think the colour is better with the blonde in my hair. I'm actually really impressed with the stencils as well, because I've tried quite a few stencils that have come with my high definition powders and things like that, and none of them have ever been suitable. So basically as soon as I've got them, I've chucked them in the bin. I'd actually consider keeping these ones, because if I ever wanted to change my brow shape or just to try something a little bit different, I think these are fantastic. If you struggle with your brows and you find it really hard to get a good shape, or you've over plucked them or anything like that, then these are a great way to start. So to round up, I am actually really impressed with the Tropic Perfect Brow Collection. It is something I'd definitely buy again. I really like it. I think this little box is so cute as well. You could just Oh yes, you can take the insert out and keep little trinkets in it or put all your brow products in there. So I hope this has been of help for you. Got to be honest, it's another Tropic item that I'm loving. I haven't come across anything yet that I don't love. And once I've bought an item once, I do end up continually buying it, and I'm still using their cleanser and toner, which I absolutely love. So if you want to purchase the box kit that I've shown you today, the Perfect Brow Collection, then you can just pop online to the website. It's www.tropicskincare.com. As I said, I love this item. I'm not sponsored in any way to promote these items to you. It's down to my personal opinion, and if I come across a product I don't like, then I will be very politely honest about it, but this one, there's nothing to dislike about it. I am super impressed. So take a look online and see what you think. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.